Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Monli Sarumbai bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Susana Soares is one of the 5 Portuguese scientists selected by the European Research Council ERC. The researcher of the University of Porto and past pupil of the Salesian Institute of the same city will receive a scholarship worth 1.5 million euros. Susana Soares graduated in biochemistry from the University of Porto, the institution where she also obtained a master's degree 2008 and a doctorate 2012. The scientist has already been working for over a decade as a researcher specialized in understanding the flavors of food and their perception. He is now part of the group of 397 scientists selected from more than 4,000 applications in the first ERC Starting Grants competition promoted by the European Research Council to support the research in the 6-year period 2021 to 2027 of the most promising scientists at the beginning of their careers. On December 16th, the Typhoon Category 5 Rai, locally called ODETTE, devastated most of the region of Visayas and northern Mindanao in the Philippines. It was a tragic experience for all those who had already suffered from the consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic and who are now facing the effects of the typhoon. The latter left the houses without roofs, the trees without roots, leaves and branches, and caused the loss of property and especially of vines. Most of the population suffered tremendously. There was no water and electricity, and everywhere you look, you can see the destruction. Even the Don Bosco Formation Center in Lawan was not spared from the calamity. However, thanks to the Salesians, the aspirants, the young people of the Don Bosco Youth Center, and the lay collaborators of the mission who worked tirelessly, the place was cleaned, the water was restored, and there was the possibility of providing electricity using a generator. For this, the training center was able to help nearby communities, donating clean water and a charging station for electronic devices. The Don Bosco Formation Center, through the assistance of Father Chito Demiranan SDB, was also able to reach the island of Bohol, also very affected, providing relief goods to some families and distributing water filtration systems to some communities. More than 830 kilometers northwest of Nairobi stands the KAKUMA refugee camp, the second largest in Africa after that of Dadaab. The camp was established in 1992 and currently hosts about 225,000 refugees, half children and young people from countries such as Sudan, South Sudan, Somalia, Congo, Rwanda, and Burundi. The stories of the refugees are sad but full of hope. And over the years, the Salesians have made an immense contribution to the well-being of refugees. In fact, of all the organizations, religious and lay, that work in the camp, they are the only ones who reside in the camp. The ability of the Salesians to identify with refugees has earned them admiration and respect in the camp and beyond. The multi-dimensional crisis that exploded in Lebanon in October 2019 continues to worsen in its various aspects at the beginning of 2022, that is, more than 2 years after it broke out. If the social and economic financial aspect is the one that directly and most affects the population because it touches their daily life and wallet, it is the political aspect that is at the origin of everything. The Salesians, 4 religious, 2 Italian missionaries, a Syrian and a Bolivian deacon, with many lay people co-responsible in the mission, Lebanese, Iraqis, Syrians continue to work with serenity and determination and with all the means at their disposal as a sign of solidarity and sharing, especially with the weakest of marginalized. And there are many, too many children and young people from the working class, Syrian and Iraqi refugees, needy and families. All without any distinction are supported through education favored by scholarships, psychological and material support, distribution of food, medicines, hygiene and cleaning items, and proximity, speakers, youth centers and schools. We ask you to pray for these people and these young people and children who are suffering so much, said in conclusion the Sons of Don Bosco in Lebanon. The Dom Luis Lazagna Salesian School will begin the 2022 school year on January 24th with many new features. From kindergarten to high school, the school has invested in the quality of learning. The director of the school, Father Irondi Tamendare, said that the search for innovation in teaching is necessary, always accompanied by a charismatic environment. In the Fundamental Education Area 1 elementary schools, the robotics classroom was created, where students will have access to quality materials to develop specific skills. In relation to the Fundamental School 2, middle schools and the high school, there has been a reorganization of timetables. Furthermore, the new high school implemented by the federal government will be implemented by the Salesian school already for the first year classes, and students will be able to deepen their knowledge in the areas of their choice, mathematics, physics and languages. The teaching will then be enriched by a collaboration between the Salesian school and the Uni-Salesiano Salesian University, and the Don Luis Lazagna school has also invested in the creation of spaces for extracurricular courses such as indoor soccer and karate, as well as new and well-equipped gym. Led by the Youth Ministry Office from 5th to 7th January, all the staff of the Salesian House, Ciudadela Don Bosco, Vocational Training Center, School and Academic Center, Oratory, Parish and Salesian community took part in the Salesian workshops and the annual retreat. The formative moment was centered on the 2022 strena of the Rector Major, Father Angel Fernandez Arteme, Do All Through Love, Nothing Through Constraint. Each of the activities led to the search for concrete actions on how to live the theme with all those who are part of the work's educational pastoral community. During the 3 days, there were moments of reflection, learning and fraternity in the Salesian style. From 28 to 30th December, the provincial chapter of the Salesians of the province of Austria, AUS, met at the Don Bosco House in Vienna with the participation for the first time of some collaborators with managerial functions. In his welcome address, the provincial Father Siegfried M. Kettner, SDB, spoke of a historic moment in the history of the Salesians in Austria. Together with their collaborators, the capitulars developed a positive image of the future for the work of the Salesians in Austria under the motto, Don Bosco in Austria in 2030. Focal points include working with and for young people, giving a voice to those who are rarely heard, live spirituality and make hospitality tangible, security for all in the institutions and projects of the Salesians, cooperation and union in leadership responsibility, the attractiveness and professionalism of the workplace, ecology and climate protection, and global solidarity. The second session of the provincial chapter will take place at the Salesianum in Vienna from 29 May to 1st June 2022, and the resulting working document will be completed by concrete strategic steps. From 14 to 17th January, Father Alfred Maravilla, General Councilor for the Missions, visited the Salesians who work in Tunisia. During his visit, Father Maravilla was able to speak with each of the 6 Salesians of 5 nationalities who run the schools in Manauba and Tunis. The visit was also an opportunity to experience moments of fraternity and dialogue and to dream together about the future of the Salesian presence, not only in Tunisia but throughout North Africa. 5 curious facts about Don Bosco's life, January 31st, the first day of Don Bosco, is approaching. In view of this important appointment, let us recall 5 facts about Don Bosco's life that perhaps not everyone knows. He dreams about being a missionary in India. Already at the beginning of his priestly life, Don Bosco had a great desire to be a missionary in India. Then, the desire to give himself to the poorest and most needy young people brought him to stay in his city. He created an educational method. When the Salesian saint chose to dedicate his life to young people, he decided to use education as an instrument of evangelization. Indeed, he embraced education as a great mission and created the preventive method. Don Bosco's life was characterized by dreams. The holy founder of the Salesians received this extraordinary gift from God. He inherited, like Saint Joseph, the grace of having prophetic and revelatory dreams. He is the patron saint of the city of Brasilia. One of Saint John Bosco's prophetic dreams concerned the Brazilian capital even before it existed. In this dream, Don Bosco gives many details of the place he saw. Then when the city was founded on 21st April 1960, Don Bosco was chosen as the patron saint. Patron saint of the youth, John Bosco offered his life to the poorest young people. All his work is marked by his love and his closeness to youth. For this, Pope John Paul II proclaimed him as the father and teacher of the young. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.